Hi everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome back to another gay replay, Dragon Age Inquisition. Andy is back from Halam Shiral, the Winter Palace Ball, or yeah, got all that figured out, and Briala is pretty much working, what's his face, as a puppet, working the Chevalier guy. It's been a while, guys. My mind is sort of brain farting at the moment. Well, let's go summon the War Council and speak with our advisors, shall we?
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Andy looks so much better in this outfit.
Ambassador Briala has not forgotten her debt. You may count on aid from Orlais.
Perfect.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
That's what we want. Demoralized soldiers fall first. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Perfect. Perfect. It's time to finish them off.
We strike Corypheus now, while his people are reeling. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately,
I love the look Liliana gave her.
I can assist.
The guards outside aren't for show.
I'm not here to amuse myself, Inquisitor. Corypheus yearns for something he must not find.
Which is?
I don't think Andy likes
His
Morgan's
best?
attitude.
If I show you.
Yeah, unlike Art, I don't think Andy's particularly a Morrigan fan necessarily. I mean, Art wasn't like, yay, Morrigan. He wasn't really shaking the yay Morrigan pom-poms the whole way through either, but
Is an Illuvian.
I feel like there might be some
Elven
friction between these two.
artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Corypheus wants this, and you brought it into my castle.
If the Darkspawn could breach these walls, would he not have already come for you? I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Andy's very uneased by this. He hates magic that he can't explain. Hates it with a burning passion. Being a dwarf, that's very frustrating, I'm sure.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This could be useful.
A useful trick.
For one who knows the way, certainly. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark. broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I had a respite with the man I loved.
Right.
For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son.
Right, my
But
warden.
only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Yes. So the warden in Andy's Thetis romanced Morrigan, and they did bear a child. Well, Morrigan bore a child.
If most of these mirrors are broken or locked, then what use are they?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
A whisper from behind the throne. A page has been torn from a copy of Travels of a Chantry Scholar and a passage circled. Someone has used the Imperial seal to stamp the page. The Nahashin marshes are home to a curious people. Gregarious and hospitable despite the harshness of their land, they will gladly invite any traveler into their home without question. At the bottom of the page is a note. Venatori infiltrators. Jean Fleur, be discreet. A message from Biala. I can send agents to the village. Quietly. I mean, if we want to be able to get into Briala's good side, now that she's sort of, you know, pulling the strings in Orlais, I want to address this. Andy wants to address this as soon as possible.
Inquisitor.
So let's do that. This is for Vivienne. Dance with the Dowager, the Alamine. My dear and Inquisitor Andy, there was no time for us to dance in the Winter Palace, but perhaps I might claim that dance you offered now. You may not be familiar with the Alamande. It is the prelude to every great moment in music and in game. I would be happy to teach you the steps. To begin, the couples form two lines facing one another. South of the Imperial Highway, between Verchiel and Montsemard, is the Yellen Basin. It is a beautiful place of walnut groves, hollyhocks, and fifth-rate meaderies that make mead, I like mead, that recently lost its lord to the Civil War. On the western edge of Yellen, the hopeful young Comte de Poisson stands lining up his little toy soldiers for a quick and quiet invasion. Surely you would not leave the poor boy without dance partner. If the Inquisition defends lordless Lien Basin, it might perhaps be considered your property. Be mindful of the steps, my dear. Cordially, Marquise Montillon. Lien is a small basin. We can easily send in enough troops to defend it from attack. We can take the Dowager's opportunity in a more subtle way if we directly speak to the Comte. I'm gonna have Josephine take care of this. I mean, this seems more up her alley, personally. Aiding Kirkwall, Sebastian Vale. Kirkwall serve as long as they can do it for a lot longer. I will plead for assistance from our supporters around Datus restoring Kirkwall. A symbol has happened. The tumult of the Mage Rebellion is quelled. However, the city where all began, Kirkwall, still suffers from the consequences of the fanatics' Anders' action. Kirkwall was once my home. It was the home of Grand Cleric Elthina, who was mother to me and so many others. I will not watch it languish. Starkhaven will soon embark on a mission of aid. We will send troops and workers to assist in the rebuilding and restoration of the city. I humbly entreat the Inquisition for help in this endeavor. Sebastian Vale. Red Lair may present an obstacle to rebuilding the city. Our soldiers can assist in its removal. I probably will help Sebastian out.
Our heroes strode the wine.
How you doing, Kadan?
Let's spend time together. Whoa! You got another scene.
That was...
Andy!
That was good, Kadan.
Andy's looking really good. Andy's looking really, really good right now. Thank you for that. Wow, is that all? I think he's gonna say wow.
I'm just glad I could keep up.
All this time, and you've never said Kato. If I'd known you'd last this long, I'd have let you pick your own watchword.
People pick them?
People choose their own watchwords.
Normally, yes. It can be anything, so long as it's not something you'd ever shout by accident. Josephine might pick Madrigal, while Colin would go with phylactery. As for Cassandra, it'd probably be something soft, like silk or satin.
How intuitive.
You're sure about that?
Hey, Ben Hasrath, remember? I've got everyone pegged.
Cole?
Here's a tough one. Cole.
You know, he stumped me. I actually asked him. He thought really hard about it, then finally said his watchword was stop. I don't think he got it. Probably for the best, honestly.
Stop is fine. Blackwall.
How about Blackwall?
Petit homme. Get deep enough under that armor. There's a man who lived the good life once.
Wow. I'm enjoying this scene. This is great. Varric.
What about Varric? Wait, don't tell me. Bianca.
No. It would have to be something he wouldn't shout during sex.
Oh,
Maybe Paragon or Tig.
that's true. Wow. Wow. Vivienne.
What about Vivienne?
Tough one. I'm going with Periwinkle. She looks like a periwinkle kind of lady.
Cullen and phylactery.
What about Sarah?
Well, it wouldn't be shite or you'd never even get started. Honestly, though, Sarah's not the kind who lets you tie her down.
I've never needed to use it. And he's a tough boy. He's a tough boy. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Andy. My gosh, man. You are smoking
If you want
hot.
to make me use that watchword, you'll have to try harder.
Good to know. I'm a better man for having met you, Kadan. I just
Aw.
hope this made things a little easier on your end.
Is that a proposal, dear?
I just wish we'd had time for the wedding before Corypheus showed up.
What?
I assumed we were getting married.
Um,
Oh, the look on your face.
Oh, you are evil.
Oh, I think he was half joking. Only half joking there, Kadan. Oh my. That was fantastic. Fantastic. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can jump. Geronimo! I can't. I finally found something. I finally found something that I cannot jump off of in the Inquisition, but I still have full health after all that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Now that that's over with, that was very interesting. I want to talk to... Well, I want to make sure that Iron Bull didn't have anything else to say.
We reached the climax.
So did Andy and Iron Bull.
Hello?
I think several times they did that. Just in that one night. What's going on? Oh,
Need a new
hi, Colin.
sword?
I was thinking about it. I owe you an apology. When Cassandra sent you to speak to me, I should have handled myself better.
Will you need time to readjust to Lyrium?
It's like the weeks following my final vows. I'm more aware of it. That will fade. The army has my full attention. I've informed Cassandra of the decision. Everything is as it should be.
No, I think Andy is legitimately sorry. But he's gonna ask, is something wrong?
So you're fine?
The Inquisition's Templars are well armed. This won't take long.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Everything's fine, Inquisitor.
Okay,
I always
Colin.
wanted to be a Templar. To protect people. After Ferelden, I served out of fear. And because I was compelled. I thought if I removed the part that kept me chained, I would find my own purpose again. There are Templars who have been through worse. Once your sacrifices are made, is there no end? Are you leashed until the day you die? Or Lyrium takes your mind away?
Colin will keep taking Lyrium. Colin will keep taking Lyrium for now. Colin will stop taking Lyrium. I definitely favor the Colin quitting Lyrium completely. I definitely favor that more. But what I'm gonna say is, you chose this life. We'll find a safer way after. Colin will keep taking Lyrium for now.
You're risking life and mind already. But there must be a safer way. When this war is over, we'll look for it, I promise.
Andy cares about Colin's well-being. Andy cares about Colin's well-being, but he kind of sees the importance. Him personally, he sees the importance of it. Of course, people can disagree, and I'm sure many do, myself included. I disagree, but you know, that's what we've got at the moment, with this playthrough at least. Iron Bolt.
Kadan.
All right, nothing else
See you
for
later,
Iron Bolt.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I do want to speak with Cavernatus, Bianca, blah, blah, blah. I want to talk to Cassandra really quick before I end. I think Cassandra's over here because I feel like Cassandra and Andy need to talk. They seriously need to, especially now that Cassandra's going to become divine.
Consider it, Lady Cassandra. The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've had enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
Are old dwarves such comedians? Or just you and Varric? I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine.
Yeah,
Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Why am I not a candidate? I think Andy knows. It's like he knows immediately why that's a stupid question to ask. Refuse if you don't want to. Who cares about the Chantry? You'd be perfect. Now, here's a big thing with Andy and Cassandra's relationship. Andy and Cassandra, they pretty much have not been getting along since the day they met. And you know, you saw the drunken Cassandra scene, which I think is the scene that happens when you pretty much hit rock bottom in the approval with Cassandra. However, I feel like the way that things have been developing over time between the two of them, I think that little by little, Cassandra and Andy have been developing a form of respect for each other. And I deep in my heart, and I think Andy's aware of this, he does respect Cassandra very much. He doesn't hate Cassandra by any means. I don't think he ever hated her. I think it was just, he just doesn't believe in the whole, he's just not a religious guy, you know, and maybe Cassandra takes a little bit more offense to that than Andy does, because I don't think Andy really is bothered by the fact that Cassandra, you know, is very religious. He just doesn't happen to agree. And so no, I don't think he hates Cassandra at all. He just disagrees with her about her faith. But he understands that this thing is important to her, and he actually does feel like Cassandra would really be a great candidate for the divine. And he can understand that this is something that is clearly important to her, and something that he feels that she would take and run away with it in a good way. So despite the fact that he feels that Cassandra might not like him, he's just gonna be honest with her and say, I think you'd be perfect.
I think you'd make an excellent divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats.
I think you'd be fine in that.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
And Andy really respects that and can get behind that. So do better, Cassandra.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
And that is, I love that line from Cassandra, because she recognizes that there are Andrastians out there who don't practice, who, people like Varric, who are, you know, who do believe in the Maker. He just doesn't feel like he just doesn't feel right in a Chantry. He doesn't feel like he belongs in the Chantry. He's not comfortable in the Chantry. And Cassandra feels like that needs to change. We need to do something so that more people, more of the, as in the way she puts it, more of the virtuous feels welcome and comfortable in the Chantry. And Andy, he gets that. He understands that. What would you change?
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
And I think Andy's like, that's awesome, Cassandra. Like, he'd hate to admit it, but that's awesome. Andy's like, he's going to reach out. As much as, you know, again, that he and Cassandra have a lot of friction, he's gonna reach out, because he can see in her eyes and in her conviction that Cassandra needs to be divine.
I have influence, and I can use it to help the Chantry make up its mind.
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right thing to do, then thank you. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I love that. That's a great conversation, because I really see these two starting to have a better
I
understanding
understand
of
the
each other.
Inquisition has tracked down the missing Seekers.
Yes.
Oswin. I didn't see Ban Loren as the sort of nobleman that would become involved in this war. The sooner we go there, the sooner I can put this search behind me.
All right, sounds good.
So you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
I think you'd make an excellent choice.
Thank you. Let's hope the Chantry clerics agree.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
Okay.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
All right,
Inquisitor.
So what we're going
That's
to
enough
do...
for now.
Another time, then.
What we are going to do is I am going to actually go ahead into the war room and give my approval for Cassandra for the Divine. I think that's just so fitting. So fitting for Andy to be the one to spearhead Cassandra's campaign. Let's go. Support Cassandra. Oh, I can't do that at the moment. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back to support Cassandra.
Any clues to his next move?
Some, but not enough for us to go on just yet.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna be back in the next video. So thank you for watching, and until then, love yourselves and love